All right, welcome back. This is Solana Smoke. We're having a night edition today. So very excited to have Ross on the show today. So how are you, Ross?
Yeah, good, good. I think we're doing this for our West Coast audience, aren't we? West Coast
Exactly.
people.
We want to make sure that the SF people can join and watch us live and
Mm-hmm.
and just have a good time. So
There's a
what's
lot of Swiss crypto people and bankers in the Los Angeles Stadium today for the football, so we'll be
we
reaching
never
them.
know. We never know. What's in your hand now today, Ross?
Yeah, just Montecristo,
Very nice.
Singlo. Yeah, so a little
Very
evening
nice.
treat.
I'm going for a little Davidoff today, the Escurio, so a little darker leaves for the day or for the
Mm-hmm.
night, I say.
For the evening.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So to keep a bit in our pre-IPO, I would say kind of series, I've selected couple of nice videos that we can review, and I'll actually start just by an article that I saw that I thought it was actually spot on, and it was this one. It follows a kind of the SpaceX IPO. So what do we see here? Major crypto exchanges cancel SpaceX IPO allocations. So you remember the video we watched from our dear friends at Solana Smoke saying
Mm-hmm.
how SpaceX was gonna be the kind of the first step for crypto to really jump into this whole craze, but unfortunately most of the exchanges actually couldn't get access to the shares. So
Well,
it's
that's interesting. So, where the exchange is raising money, and then well, I mean, I knew a lot of people with allocations, but yeah, I guess on the other end, there was people raising money without the allocations.
exactly. And I mean, here I think the idea was really to be able to directly kind of sell like the actual share, but like the tokenized version. But what they're saying here, they're basically blaming X stocks. X wasn't able to get as many shares as they hoped for, and then you can have the snowball effect where Binance is saying that they can proceed. You've got Bitbit doing the same. So it's really everyone kind of all the crypto space canceling because the TradFi guy are not giving enough shares to us in the crypto space. So
Yeah, yeah.
I thought that was interesting. At least we're not in the kind of the vibe where all the hacks where money is just disappearing. You know, CZ is really saying, "Oh, we're gonna protect you guys, so we're just sending you back your money." I mean, they had over $500 million of crypto, you know, crypto wallets ready to buy. So
Wow.
uh, quite quite the. I mean, if they were raising, what were they raising? 75 billion,
Mm.
and Binance wanted already kind of half a percent of that. I mean, really
Never gonna
impressive.
happen. Never gonna happen.
Yeah. So that was I think the first kind of bit that I wanted to share. And now, if we're gonna go to our video, we'll be watching now Morgan Stanley. So last time we had the view from Citi. You remember from on the CoinDesk video, we had the view from Citi of how they're kind of tokenizing everything. So now we're gonna see how Morgan Stanley is seeing the
All
future.
right. Let's see if it's
So
talking the same crap.
I jumped the beginning consensus. So a couple of weeks back, and so we're talking with Amy Oldenburg,
Mm.
and we're talking now, really focusing kind of crypto advisors, tokenization, so all the good bits. So let's go.
I think one of the things that I think about a lot, and I think there's, a lot more work we have to do on this. We're moving everything into ETPs, but what does the future look like going forward? Are we tokenizing these? Are we trading them with T0 settlement? Do we have redemptions? I mean, I think there's a future where you may want to have that spot crypto.
T0 resumption, just the T0 settlement. I mean, for us, in the crypto space, like everything is T0, but of course for the TradFi people, everything is T+2 or whatever.
T+2, yeah, exactly. That's the classic, isn't it? Yeah. I noticed the video immediately because she also threw in some jargon similar to our Citibank friends. An ETP, yeah. Is that an exchange traded something, is it, I guess?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a program or a point.
We're only a minute in and we're already having to get Google out.
They have
to
make sure to...
The minute you get these TradFi guys on, you've got to get your jargon dictionary out, right? Exchange traded products, basically.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Instead of just calling it a product, they have to call it an ETP.
Yeah. So there we go. Right. Well, I'll keep the Wall Street jargon dictionary open here. Okay.
Yeah. Whenever there's more than 3 letters next to each other, we have to pause to make sure we understand the suits.
Especially when we do a video of a panel, right? This is like jargon central, isn't it? So let's see if we can go on 30 seconds without her coming out with any more jargon.
Let's do our best. We should do a bingo card.
Yeah.
So, in some way, I don't know if the ETP needs to be tokenized. I don't know if you want to have your underlying asset back. But I think we're just at a period of time now where these make sense for a lot of people to take exposure to the underlying assets.
Right.
But I do think there's a very significant path going forward that is going to look very different than where we are today.
So one of the things is a little bit, dare I say, a bit of an eye roll that I give is when people are talking about, crypto and traditional finance, and there's crypto exchanges and traditional finance exchanges. Like there's going to be exchanges in the future. There's going to be asset managers in the future. There's going to be indexers in the future. Talk to me about your perspective on that. I think you agree with me.
Yeah, we were saying it's just finance.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think this whole battle, and it's been a big initiative of mine this year, is to try to bring together both this like DeFi space, the traditional finance space. It's not one versus the other. I really hate the battles that happen, blaming kind of one side the other. There's an opportunity to take the technology and continue to understand where we can use the components to make the entire market infrastructure better across the board. And we do need to work together to do that. I think it's happening, and I think we can continue to do more. So we'll spend time. Our team's been amazing at really connecting across the entire.
I do my offshore archetype series, and I think I have done I did actually start like a Bitcoin archetype series. I do need to add, it's like the crypto person that works for a big bank.
Is the one that is too scared to be full on crypto, or
like they're sort of sat on the fence, aren't they? They know a bit about crypto, but then they're trying to talk about it within the rails. That's a new piece of jargon now, the rails, isn't it? Within the confines of big bankism, and then they get invited on all these panels and all that because they've got the big band thing, right? But they just waffle on the sort of distant project language, don't they?
Yeah,
and probably don't actually do anything. They probably just sit in meetings all day, and that nothing's ever going to happen, right? And they just keep up to date with the crypto news. I think this lady here is an absolute personification of this, right?
I mean, she managed to talk about exchange, TradFi, DeFi, ETP, all in one mix match, and saying that we're doing our best. We're looking at the tech. We're not sure, but we're going to make sure that we continue because, the retirement for me is still another 10 years. So I have to make sure that meetings are lined up. So, yeah.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we could change the format of this video today. We just monitor her behavior. Okay. Let's see what else she's got for us. Let's see what else she's got.
Entire ecosystem, if it's looking at new lending models going forward, if it's thinking about holding spot crypto alongside some of your traditional assets, if it's thinking about the tax implications of all of this, there's so many different layers to factor in, and we're trying to take it all into consideration.
The funny thing is,
I mean, it's always the same, no? Like they want to have their fingers in all the pies, right? Like they want to bring the stock into their bank. Now I think it's the first one that actually mentions tax, so I'll give her a point for that.
Yeah, I'll give her a point for that. That's fair. I mean, so I didn't actually notice the title of the video is the 10-year bet on the future. I mean, it's just so meaningless, isn't it? Morgan Stanley's 10-year bet. She's almost like she's there to just sort of keep an eye on what's going on in the crypto space and feed it back to the headquarters, isn't she? They're not actually doing anything.
No, I mean, she
didn't say. I mean, from what I could tell, what she said, she didn't say they're actually doing anything.
She's just making sure that all the nice words are being used at this big conference, and that the crypto people there that still are unbanked are like, okay, she kind of speak our language, maybe we'll go talk to her. That's
and then absolutely no chance opening an account. But if you've ever touched even Bitcoin, you've got no chance to open an account.
We'll unbank you again, and
we'll unbank you again. We'll unbank you before we even banked you.
Yeah. Like they have a special pie design out this guy as crypto. Like first you make him wait 6 months, and then you tell him that it was rejected 7 months ago.
Yeah, exactly. Oh well, okay. So,
do we take another minute of her?
Go on. Let's see it through to the end, shall we?
Yeah, it's 3 minutes. We'll be fine.
I started my career on the floor of the American Stock Exchange in the late 90s, and I only knew what I knew. I was like a pre-med theology major that found my way to the floor, so I knew nothing about finance, didn't take any courses. And I got down there, and a few years later, this Reg NMS thing happened, and so we were going to automate the markets, and those are roughly 2005. At the time that the markets had been, kind of changed prior to that was 1975, where they created a system of telephone connections between all the regional exchanges. And so now we look at ourselves, we're about 20 years later. This is just the next iteration of an evolution of the market.
I have to give a shout out to my capital markets and institutional securities team members. I mean, we are deep in the rabbit hole on the operational infrastructure, working through workflows, looking at entire architecture. I mean, you would think we're like in an architecture.
Pause. There we go. We found out what she does. So basically, they all sat around just like, all right, we're drawing out charts and stuff like that, right? And
they've got the Miro Premium, and they're like, we got to use that.
They've got the Miro. I'm a fan of this sort of behavior myself, right? But yeah, they're figuring it all out basically, right?
And
probably got Boston Consulting Group in there with them, and then it will get sent up the chain, and nothing will happen.
No follow up. Just and then they'll say, actually, we don't really like the color on the box of. That'll be the feedback,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I mean, workflow, Rails. I mean, she was just throwing all of them architecture. You just want to make sure that you don't miss a beat.
Did you say Rails? Because Rails is the new buzzword, isn't it?
She said it before. I don't know if in that current sentence, but yeah, I mean, for sure that's where it was going.
Rails is the new way of saying
just
like payment infrastructure, I think, isn't it?
The system is just the way it's always worked, but now they're Rails because
Rails,
and Americans are so good with trains anyway that they should talk about Rails.
Yeah.
Class, the way we have some of these.
Sorry?
I said, let's see where she's going.
Yeah. Now it's the DeFi and TradFi battle, so let's see.
Okay.
Schematics put together, trying to understand how you look at the future model of this stuff. When you bring up Reg NMS and all of these other things that we have to consider if we're doing native token issuances going forward, if we're thinking about all of the different regulatory layers that we have to think about, that's all being taken into consideration. Some of it may disappear, which would be exciting and would be a new path forward. But look, we have to deal with the business that we have. We have to deal with the regulations that we have today, and continue to understand what model works best going forward. And hopefully, ultimately, we want to provide the client more value and better service. So we're not tokenizing for the sake of tokenizing. That is not the goal. There's lots more to come beyond just the tokenization of assets. And that's something we'll be doing for quite a while. This isn't a 2026 project or a 2027 project. This is the next decade.
What you need to innovate.
Like I said, the retirement is in 10 years, so we can't just give you all the goodies now. You're gonna have to wait.
You think she needs to drag her position out 10 years? Do you think? And she's
I mean, the crypto people have been tokenizing stocks for. I mean, I remember participating in the Mont Pelerin crowdfunding back in, I want to say, 2019. And they were already tokenizing their shares. So, like, this is not new technology. It's just that now the banks are hungry and they want their piece of the pie. So, yeah, whatever happens now, like, she'll make sure that, takes the time. I mean, of course, she's throwing the regulation and all the big headaches. But this is why it's going to take 10 years, because we're working with banks. Everything is going slow, and you don't want to hurry them. So,
I mean, what I can tell with wealthy clients, they're sort of tokenization curious. So you need to be able to talk to them about like why you might do it, what the benefits are, But that's really as far as it goes, right? They're not really going to implement it, I don't think, at this point. But you can probably spend time brainstorming at the moment with people, and perhaps they'll look at it again in 5 years' time or something like that. But yeah, I think it's, to be fair to her, it is actually probably just in the sort of brainstorming.
I mean, it's just happening. Citi is doing it, Morgan Stanley has to do it, and ultimately, like, all the banks are going to want to do it. And I think I don't know if it's Clarity Act that is as well kind of pushing that direction. They're seeing that, if it's not the bank that is doing it, it's going to be a startup. Would it be on Canton, on Base, on Solana? They're going to do it, and they'll be left out. So this is why they have to talk about it. This is why they have to brainstorm about it. But it's just very slow on their end, and that's why I'm glad that you have startups that are taking the risk, like we're talking with Joe in the last episode of, like, it's just smaller groups just trying out under a completely new brand. It doesn't work, that's okay, you just cut it off, but at least things are moving. All right, so we got another 50 seconds. Let's see if there's another gold nuggets.
It is, you need technology first, and then you need regulatory clarity. And then after that, you need to provide value to your client. And
you need talent. So if you find me somebody that's an expert in technology and an expert in financial services, please send them my way, because that multidisciplinary crossover is something that will continue to be in demand for quite a while as we see this come together.
We have sadly run out of time, but I'm going to close by saying thank you to you for leading the charge at Morgan Stanley. Thank you to Morgan Stanley for leading the charge for the global bank and for all of capital markets. And good luck in the future.
And we look forward to working together. Thank you for hosting us today in Miami.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So yeah, that was Morgan Stanley and their effort in tokenizing and their next 10 years plan.
I wanted to just say that. I think we should apply for some jobs to work with her. No, I think we've got a skill set there.
Cool to us, no?
Should we go to Morgan Stanley? We're a bit tired out with the old crypto scene. Let's just go and rest in the crypto division at Morgan Stanley for sort of 18, what do you do, 2 years there, and then you can pop back out into some crypto company, no?
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
yeah, I think it's I'd say it's tokenization curious, right? And they've got to have a few people they can wheel out that can sort of demonstrate they know what's going on. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it kind of resonates exactly with what CT said last time. Like they have to do it. Everyone kind of still sees TradFi and DeFi or crypto as two different worlds, but both want to integrate with the other. So either you do it by talking the same language or by offering product that they want that fit their current needs. So yeah, kudos on them for doing it. Next video was actually another one that happened yesterday, and that was Coinbase. Coinbase did their kind of annual event, it was called, and just to kind of show that this pre-IPO it's really what everyone is talking about. So they were introducing a new product. So let's have a quick chat. This one is just like a talk, so it's a bit less entertaining for us to review, but
Okay, so shot of vodka if he mentions the word rails, okay?
all right, let's get ready then.
Pre-IPO perps get you exposure to companies before they go public. You can trade instantly without waiting for an allocation and go long or short 24/7 like any other perpetual future. SpaceX.
So again, perpetual. What are we talking here, Ross? It's
Well, this is perpetual futures, isn't it?
yeah. I mean, so you're basically getting a future contract with no expiry date. But again, when we're talking in the last episode about, do you have economic? I mean, of course you have economic exposure, but don't think that you have legal right over that company. That's really because no allocation request. Yeah, clearly no, because like there's no shares underneath. You're just basically trading the price, whether it will be going up or down, and it's a perps, so your future contract doesn't have expiry date. Correct me if I'm wrong. You have the Wall Street dictionary open. I think that's what we're talking about here.
No, well, exactly. I mean, in traditional futures, you'd have like a box of oranges, wouldn't you? So the oranges would go off at some point, right? So you couldn't have it unlimited, but with a derivative on a financial instrument can have no expiry, right? So yeah, it's huge in crypto, right, Perps? And I guess let's see how he's. At least he's admitted they don't actually have any allocation, right? So let's see what he's got a bridge in Brooklyn for us, obviously next as well. I think this guy, but let's see.
Just launched last week. Anthropic and OpenAI are coming up, and you can now count on Coinbase for early exposure to all of.
So the famous two companies that were against pre-IPO kind of access, they're being used by Coinbase as a marketing material.
Yeah, because it's not like Coinbase have gone out and got genuine legal title to these things, right? Or have some sort of fund that does. So clearly they've just created some derivative, yeah. But let's see what it is. Yeah, it is saying derivatives, right?
The hottest IPOs before they're listed. And for stocks that have already IPO'd, we're launching two major upgrades. First, I'm excited to share that we're launching options trading on Coinbase. Options are a powerful piece for your equities trading portfolio. enabling you to manage risk and maximize upside. From calls and puts to spreads and straddles, options give you the total toolkit for hedging and directional exposure to any stock you can think of. Options will start rolling out to US users on Coinbase in the coming weeks. And we're taking a step beyond what you might see on traditional brokerage platforms. I'm excited to share that we're launching thematic indices right here in the US.
Thematic indices. This is what's the Swiss company called? The one that the other Swissquote. Swissquote has been doing thematic indices for a while. So it
well,
just
and
makes
SwissBorg do it as well, right? They've been doing it.
yeah, of
so,
course.
yeah. I think that's why, like, the crowd weren't cheering that loud. It was a little bit of a flat cheer, didn't you think?
Exactly.
And I think a lot of them are like, yeah, well, we've been doing this on other platforms for ages, mate.
Yeah, for sure. Robinhood maybe does it already.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
just having it Coinbase. I mean, the audience is not impressed, I must say, of any of these introductions.
No.
Thematic indices trade 24/5 and offer 20x leverage on the things you want to trade: AI, China, defense, and the top 100 tech stocks. This gives you an easy way to trade the most important macro themes in the world without having to assemble.
I mean, let's talk about the choice of the themes. Very American, no?
Yeah, tech basically, isn't it? Yeah.
You've got AI, you've
Basically
got
tech.
war, but tech. You've got tech.
Even war's tech, isn't it? Yeah. So.
So, yeah, again, Coinbase, full US flag, and
I mean, they normally don't do very well, those funds, from what I've seen, because they have obviously a few winners, but they have a few dogs in them as well, right? So I've not ever come across one that's actually done very well.
yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's like an index, like I think it goes well at some point, kind of all together. They might go up very well together. Like if you're looking at the space, for example, space themed index before the IPO of SpaceX. Like I don't have the numbers right in my mind, but there was a massive pop. But right after the IPO, like they all fell. So that's a bit kind of against the traditional investing, let's say, mantra of you're basically putting all your eggs in the same basket. So, yeah, at least it seems that Coinbase is reinventing something here.
Yeah.
Individual equities one by one. And with thematic indices, we are bringing the best of crypto to upgrade the way that you can trade equities on Coinbase. But we're pushing stock trading one step further. We've all seen launches for so-called tokenized equities that have been disappointed that they don't offer real stock ownership. They tend to hold some amount of the underlying stock and then issue derivatives that represent it, meaning you don't actually own the stock itself or get the dividends or the shareholder rights that go with it. You own an IOU at best, and that's not the system update that we're looking for. So we've taken our deep tokenization experience, safe and trusted infrastructure, and a bold commitment to bringing the world on-chain, and we've built the real thing. Today, we're announcing tokenized stocks on Coinbase.
That's the first one where the club was actually there.
Yeah.
So
but that's easy to do, isn't it? The tokenized stocks is easy.
Yeah, especially if it's just a normal stock. Yeah, you just buy stock on the stock market and keep it on the book. And
like
give a digital
pre-IPO
copy.
thing's much harder, right?
So
yeah.
So like they're just taking a concept and taking the sister one and making it like wow, but it's just something that has been happening for a while. I mean, it's been on Solana for months already.
For the first time in crypto, you'll get the best of both worlds. True stock ownership, fully on-chain. Coinbase tokenized stocks are backed 1-for-1, so you'll actually own the shares, get the dividends, and have all the shareholder rights you would expect. But you can also trade them 24/7 on-chain, lend them out to earn interest, use them as collateral for a loan, or even send them to someone as a gift. Welcome to the future of stock trading.
Not very impressed. Not very impressed, I must say.
No, as he mentioned, what their tax reporting is like, right? I wonder.
I think they're missing that bit.
Yeah, like that's what I'd want to know. Well, there we go. They've caught up with everybody that was already doing things.
Yeah,
but,
like always, like the last one in the bag. All right, to finish this episode, we had to bring our Solana floor friends. So I found a little.
Mr. Bahamas, is he commenting?
We are watching Mr. Bahamas.
Excellent.
And that it was published 3 days ago. They're with the CEO of Wormhole Labs. So let's have a quick look about what they were about to say. And here we've got Finn, we've got Mr. Tom Bahamas, and we've got the CEO of Wormhole.
Okay.
I think if you're just showing up to trade, it's a huge unlock for you, right? You have some reason, some motivation, you want to buy, you want to own something. It just so happens to be, Friday night. You can do that. You can express that on chain. And again, like we just saw the CME launch 24-hour oil market.
So CME, before we have to jump in, is the Chicago Market Exchange. So
yeah,
so now we're talking about so TradFi are launching some 24/7 trading of oil and gold.
Yes, right. And gold markets, 24/7 oil and gold markets. They didn't launch it yet, but they submitted the proposal for approval, right? And so crypto is really dragging the traditional financial world to where it is today. And I think when that happens, I think that's going to be a catalyst for DeFi.
You talk about.
I think it's interesting to, of course, see the other side of the coin, no? Like we were hearing the banks saying how, they're building all these things, and now basically we're hearing from the crypto people. They're saying, well, the banks, like we were saying at the beginning of the video, they're basically building it because crypto can do it. And so they're just catching up. That's really
in politics, it's called the Overton window. So, you get someone that is, you need your crazies on the extremes, right? Mm-hmm. To come up with crazy comments and crazy policies that are so ridiculous. But it just nudges the discourse like a little bit towards that.
Interesting.
So it's called moving the Overton window, right? So the Overton window is like what's normal, basically, right? So you need your crazies at the extremities to move it, and that's what he's saying here, isn't it? Is they never would have gone 24/7, but the crazy crypto people are sort of forcing them to not just think about it, but to actually probably implement it. So that's interesting. I wonder. That will have a huge effect, won't it? We think all the oil traders we know.
Yeah, I mean, and gold as well.
We're going to be online 24/7 now, is that right?
That's the thing. Already, Monday to Friday, and I think they had like 1 hour kind of break. But yeah, very interesting.
About crypto dragging TradFi along the way, and crypto having a pretty distinct edge in a lot of this. I see this event, I see this IPO as a massive net win for crypto. I think the fact that anybody anywhere in the world with a phone and internet connection can buy the biggest financial event in market history just over the internet on Solana, I think is an incredible step forward for the industry as a whole. But for me, this is obviously a big win on one side, and I believe in balance. I believe in zero-sum markets. someone is losing here. Is it TradFi? Is it retail money pouring into the largest IPO of all time, or is it something else? Do you have a view on there at all?
I mean, honestly, like I don't know if there is a loser. This is very much the growing the pie kind of story, right? Like even ask the people who are trading oil on hyperliquid during this war. None of them traded oil before, right? So it's really growing the pie, but and it's also a very non-US story. Like these assets are not for US people. A lot of people in the US that I talk to, they're just like, well, I have great exchanges that I can go on Robinhood and I can do this. And it's like, yeah, most of these tokenized assets, like they're just not for US people. Like you have an entire world out there that, didn't get to buy Apple when it IPO'd and didn't get to do this, didn't get to do that, simply based on geography.
I think that's a very fair point that he makes here. And we as well actually see it in all of these pre-IPO or even tokenized stocks website. No, it's like no US citizen allowed.
Well, there's that. I think the point he was making is that because, for an American they can easily buy it, can't they? Right?
Yeah, exactly. And I mean here he's just bringing back kind of the ethos of crypto, no, and Solana in general of like being the internet capital market of giving it access to everyone, giving it to the unbanked, giving it to the people that don't have brokerage account in the US and can't access US stocks, and now you can just do it on chain. So I think that was the main kind of bit from the conversation that was very interesting to hear from him. Okay. Very like bringing again TradFi, DeFi, two different worlds, but like he's saying, is just making the pie a lot bigger, and I think that's the most interesting.
Is that the right phrase? Is he? The pie is, or the serving the pie to more people. No, is that not what he means?
I mean, Finn was asking, is there going to be a loser in that? In the fact that we're bringing 24/7 gold trading. I mean, my understanding was that no one is going to lose. It's just that there's going to be more people being able. Yeah, there'll be more people accessing these services.
More people can sit at the table and eat the pie, basically. I think that's what he meant. Not the pie getting bigger. It's just that the peasants can come and eat some of the pie now.
Sharing is caring. Let's put it this way. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that that was enough content for today. Again, I think the trend, all the talks are always kind of going into the same direction. TradFi and DeFi wanna work together. Tokenized stocks pre-IPO is still very trendy, but no one really has figured it out. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have any closing comment, Ross, on this?
No. I think that was just a sort of a bit of just a random video one today, wasn't it? Just seeing what's going on. I think probably. What did I take away from that? Yeah, I mean, I guess everybody's tokenization curious.
Yes. Everyone wants to tokenize something at some point somewhere for someone else and add value, like Morgan Stanley said. So All right, fantastic. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show today. We hope you enjoyed the show, and don't forget to like and subscribe and put a comment for if you want us to keep on going on the pre-IPO series, and if you have any other theme that you're curious about and you would like Ross and I to kind of dive into, feel free to let us know. So that's it for us. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Maxime.